We have a new assortment of gadgets to test today. Welcome to Keeper Yeet, where I test things so you don't have to. This one came a little bit too late, but Clover also has a multiple needle felting tool. It only fits 5 needles. And I see that the person here is felting on top of those brushes you use for cleaning your nails. And I've never seen that before. Exclusively for use with a needle felting mat. Sold separately. If you watched my video on making the sushi hat, you know that I used some sort of styrofoam thingy. Some of you called it polystyrene or polyurethane foam. And I thank you for that because I didn't know the name. But I never used a felting mat or even heard of it before. This is the thing. The thing. Can unlock and lock out. I already poked myself. So he has this safety thingy that is very good for me. Well, it's locked now, so there is no risk of me poking my fingers when I'm not using it. It's good to put it away like that. Warning, be careful in handling of the needle as the point is very sharp. Yeah, I already know that. My generic one can carry 8 needles. Here is where you insert them, but they don't come with more needles. If you want more needles, you have to get more needles. Fair enough, fair enough. Although it's very expensive for just this. But let's give it a go. Using my styrofoam because I'm not buying the felting mat. It feels the same as the wooden dupe version. I need wool to felt. Beautiful yellow. I still have sushi hair, but I want to keep it for the other project. This is my wonderful final felted art. It does work. It does what it's supposed to do. It is slower than my generic one. Ow! Not locked! It is slower than my generic one. It's as sharp as my generic one. And more expensive as the generic one. So get the generic one. I don't know what this is. It's a keep for working. It's a Yeet for the price. The generic one holds more needles and is cheaper. Body of Christ. Duh. Duh, duh, duh. Why do I have this in my mind? Another Clover thing. It's a fusible bias tape maker in the width of 6 millimeters. I bought the smallest one they had because these things are expensive and I don't have a small one. So instant bias tape in a snap. Well, they recommend you use this with a easy iron on fusible web. Tiny. I never made such small bias tape before. So I will cut 12 millimeter bias fabric strip. I got some Wonder Tape because I didn't find the webbing that they were talking about. Well, I did find it, but it will take a while to arrive here. I always wanted to test Wonder Tape. Let's see if it fits first. Oh, it doesn't fit. 1 millimeter too thick, so it won't go through the doohickey here. So I have to wait for the original to come. Eehoo! It finally got here. My voice is so weird at the moment. Oh, this is for temporary bonding only. What the hell? I thought it would be something more permanent, but I guess it's just so you can press it and then sew on top. A bias strap. This should go in now. Where's my earthquake hands are not cooperating today.
The tip is out.
It is so cute. Oh man. Dude, is this for real?
Oh, look at that.
To the pressing table. What? Why? The tape just moved all around. Oh god. I get a new piece. If I keep my finger on the tape here, then it is easier for it to stay in place while I pull the thing. It's a very cute bias tape. Tiniest one. This is actually better than the ones I have. You see this pointy point over here? It makes sure that the fabric thing stays in place while you're pressing it and does not move around. Mine don't. They just end here and then the fabric is free to do whatever it wants to do. And they generally misbehave a lot. Turns out I do have a 6 millimeter one, so if you were to buy things to make bias tape, make sure they have this pointy point in the front and are not flat as the generic ones I have. It will make your life easier. Now to our beautiful. How do you release the paper? Ooh. This should be gluable now. This is the Wonder Tape from Prim. Oh, better. Body of Christ. Dun, dun. Oh.
Body of Christ. Sleep, swim, and body all mustered up and toned.
Seriously. I'll try to stop annoying you. Wonder Tape. That is more expensive by the meter than the other one. Body of Christ. Dun, dun, dun.
Body of Christ. Oh, what a body. I wish I could call it my own.
So I don't need to press the Wonder Tape. I just glue it. Remove the paper. Kind of looks like there's plastic on top, and there are no instructions in the package. They did me the favor of gluing this on top. What the hell? Yeah, it's like a double face. Very generic hemming tape that has no paper whatsoever or any means of gluing. I will have to very wildly freehand it onto the fabric. Wonder Tape, clover webbing, hemming tape, generic. We already know this is only for temporary gluage. I will try to remove a corner. Yeah, it's pretty easy to remove. It will not stay. The Wonder Tape, it's also pretty easy to remove. Finally, the hemming tape, it's glued there, but if you pull on it, it will come off and kind of rip on the fabric. Easy, medium, and harder to take apart. To test the stickiness on the needle. There's a very annoying fly in the room. He flies and annoys the room. Oh, where is it? Found the bobbin, but I can't find the casing. There's so much trash here. No stickiness with the Wonder Tape. No stickiness with the clover tape. No stickiness with the hemming tape. Again, my pores and my wild eyebrows should not be seen in such a close-up. Can you stay? No, apparently you can't. From this test, I can say none of them will make your needle weirdly sticky. All of them work the same way. Only difference is that with the Wonder Tape, you don't have to pre-press it, so I think it's easier to use. But the price range, I don't know if it's worth it only for that. All of them are good. All of them are the same. So in terms of cost, go for the generic one because you're going to get cheaper for the meter without having to pay for a brand. Keep it. Keep it. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping them. I know we already had some contact with some needle threaders before, but I got new ones. I found them very interesting. They look very interesting. That's why I got them to test. Very cheap plastic with a spring inside, and when you press the button, you can see the hook that will thread the needle. And this is where you insert the needle for threading. It's a big doohickey, so you don't lose it. Ah, there's a critter on my table. Oh, poor critter. And this one is for sewing machine. It is very small. Is this supposed to be a fish? I think it's supposed to be a fish. Again, a very cheap transparent plastic in a fish thing. The needle goes in this hole. There are no instructions. Let's get some thread and needles. A thicker needle with a thicker thread. Other way around. Thicker needle, thicker thread. It's stuck. It's stuck. I think the thread might be too thick. Just normal sewing thread. Okay. Ow. Okay, the needle is in the hook. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, it worked now. I think you kind of have to get used to it because I'm used to the table one now, needle threader, that is helping me a lot lately. And this one you have to hold the doohickey, hold the needle, hold the thread. You have to hold everything so it will work. You see how far away the hook is from the bottom of the thing. This is very bad when you're trying to thread. If you just let the thread rest on the end of the thing, you will not be able to catch it. The hook is way too far on the top. Let's test now how quick it is for me to thread the needle only by hand with the thing and with the clover table threader. Just to check the difference and if it's really a gadget that's helping me. I think this one is harder to use. Why is my voice like this? I'm hitting puberty again. I'm hitting puberty. This one is harder to use than this one. Trying to make sure that the needle is locked in place before I thread on the hook. My fingers are already hurting. It hurts. It's a hard spring to press. If you have any mobility issues, this is going to be harder to thread than this one. This is a Yeet. It's hard to use. It's cheap plastic, and I don't think this is going to help more than it will make you waste your time and be stressed about threading a needle. My hands are hurting from pressing this button. Yeet this! Invest on one of these. I don't think I've ever been so close to my sewing machine as now. This is my finger for reference, by the way. I want a pink fish. You can see the pink fish is just a plastic doohickey with a hook, and it has a groove over here where you should embrace the needle, so you don't have to keep searching for the hole.
That's what she said.
I have it. Then I hook it. Ooh. two. Kind of finding the hook with the thread is a little bit annoying, but nothing so alarming that it would not work. And this hook is very, very flimsy. You see it's already crooked, so it's taking me a little bit more time to actually find the hole in the needle. Desperately hook the thread so it will go through the needle. Interesting, interesting. It does what it's supposed to do, and here there is this weird plastic loopy thing, so you put a string not to lose it because it's so freaking small. I would lose this for sure, but this helps. This helps. Yeah. If you're having difficulties threading your sewing machine, get one of these. This is a keep from me. I love pom-poms. Do you like pom-poms? Because I love. But making pom-poms is insanely annoying. Got two sets of pom-pom makers. A small one and a giant pom-pom maker. This is the generic one because of the price. Only this big one from Clover would cost me almost 30 bucks. So I got this one instead because this whole kit was only 10. What? The difference is insane. Two tiny ones. Four bigger ones. How do you use it? You open this to put the yarn where it needs to be put. Decorated bottles and decorated wreath. Extra small. I find the instructions on the Clover gadgets really interesting. The original is from Japan because I find their English very truncated sometimes when it comes to explaining the things, but now I understand why. It's so cute. I love them. And these are the generic ones. Can make pom-poms with 8 centimeters in diameter. Look at that. It's the same thing, just bigger. Ooh, it moves a lot. Okay, this is how it goes. Mach dir was Schönes. I'll try. And do not tell me what to do, okay? Where can I find wool? What do I do? Never used one of these before. And of course, I don't feel like searching for answers. Come on, let's make some beautiful blue pom-poms. I think I'm going to open. Make a knot here in the middle. This is not going to work. It's until it's full, right? Hey! Oh, no. I need to do those. Both of them together. Yeah, both of them together. Doing it the wrong way. You guys never tell me when I'm doing stupid things. And I think you already know where this is going. It's not full enough. I think I need to put more. I don't accept the sad pom-pom. More yarn! Just want to tell you that while I'm rolling this, I am thinking on all of the possibilities of how can I expedite this process. Now I have to cut the middle, right? No, stay there. I think I put too much yarn. This video was kindly sponsored by my Patreon. My mom used to knit a lot of things for me when I was tiny, and we used to make a lot of pom-poms together, and I just remember how awful it was. Okay, and now how do I get this off of here? Oh, like this. Wow, look at the derpy pom-pom. It's very derpy. Look, it's not even round. Oh, look at that. It's so cute. I love it. Pom-poms are life. Is there any outfits made out of pom-poms that I can recreate? I'm in a pom-pom mood. Let's make a big one to see how it goes. My camera just died. Recover data. I think I lost all my footage now. Execute. It's recovering the data, and what it does that? Let's continue on our huge pom-pom. I'll try to put less yarn this time to see if it's going to be as derpy as the other one. I'm putting a decent amount of yarn, but not so much as the first try. Whoa, I think I know what I have to do. Crazy goal of 100,000 subscribers. I will make a dress using 100,000 pom-poms. It will take my whole life to make it, but I will do it. Let's all reach 100,000 bacons until the end of the year for a 100,000 pom-pom dress. Guess what? It's also easier to cut. It's not as derpy as I thought it would be. Less yarn makes for rounder pom-pom. Bear that in mind. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. Is it easier to make pom-poms like this? Yeah. I used the paper method before, and it takes less time with this than it does with the paper method. And now we have a pom-pom creature. 3 arms and 1 leg. Oh no, it has actually 4 arms and no legs. I made this. Do you really need to spend a lot of money on the Clover official thing? I don't think so. Quality of the plastic is pretty much the same on both of them. And to be honest, go for the cheaper version, but it's not such a huge investment. It's a keep for me. Again. So, let's reach 100,000 bacons for a 100,000 pom-pom dress. It's gonna be a huge dress. I saw this. I do not knit this, but I wanted to test it out. I don't know what this crayon thingy is supposed to be, but it came in broken. Poor thing, it did not survive the transport. Oh, and I got a free measure tape. Can never have enough of this, especially considering I lose them all. We go to my special measuring tape place that will cause you to disappear in 30 minutes. I told you it would disappear. It's not here anymore. It is not here anymore. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, then check the one I put down here because I think you're going to like it. Ta-ta.